Coming up this week, fear, stress, and anger. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Spoilers. I'm so glad you're able to be here today so we can look ahead a little bit to worship this coming weekend. Worship is an important part of what we do. It's an important way of us connecting to God, and it's something we want to engage with. It's not just something we watch. It's not just something we are spectators at. We are engaging in a time of worship. This is a chance for us to look ahead a little bit, to be ready for that time, to create a foundation for what we're going to experience on Sunday. We are continuing our new series of finding joy and this idea of knowing what joy is and understanding how joy is a big part of life. The series is called The Book of Joy, and it's based on a conversation that was had between Archbishop Desmond Tutu and the Dalai Lama as they had conversations around joy and what joy is. We're going to move in this week into some things that block joy. I think we all understand that joy is important, that we want to experience joy in life, that joy is a part of this great gift of life that God has given to us. But we can also acknowledge there are things that steal our joy. There are things that block us from truly experiencing that sense of joy in life, that sense of connection, that sense of happiness, that sense of knowing that our purpose is bigger than just ourselves. And fear and stress and anger are things that can truly block us from experiencing joy in life. We all experience these things. We all have these moments of stress in life where we get anxious about things, and really the three of these things are tied together. Anxiety and fear and anger. Oftentimes we're anxious about the things that we fear, and when we're in the midst of an anxious time, we tend to lash out sometimes. We get angry about things. And I think we can all understand and recognize that it just seems like people are so angry right now. It's something that is it seems to be everywhere, that we're angry about things. And so if we think of that as being connected to anxiety and that being connected to fear, there might be a way for us to think about how we can move past this block of fear and anxiety and joy, or fear and anxiety and anger, and move towards this sense of joy. We're looking at specifically the text from 2 Timothy, and this is chapter 1, verses 3 through 7. Let's listen now to what that has to say for us. I thank God, whom I serve as my ancestors did, with a clear conscience. As night and day I constantly remember you in my prayers. Recalling your tears, I long to see you, so that I may be filled with joy. I am reminded of your sincere faith, which first lived in your grandmother Lois and in your mother Eunice, and I am persuaded now lives also in you. For this reason, I remind you to fan into flame the gift of God, which is in you through the laying on of my hands. For the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline. There's a sense that Paul is trying to help us understand that we have a history of what God has given to us. We have a history of this connection to God. We want to rely on that. Even to fan into flames this sense of what God has done for us and what God is doing. To take the time to focus on the good things. To focus on what God is doing, to focus on that connection to ourselves, to focus on that connection to our families, to focus on what God is making happen in this world. I think sometimes there's a perspective shift. It's not just about what that fear is doing to us, but how we respond to that. So we're going to be looking at this a little bit more deeply on Sunday to kind of find a way through the blocks of fear and anxiety and anger and figure out how we can understand the joy that God gives us, how we can fan into flames this gift that God has given to us, this gift of life, this gift of who we are, this gift of who we are together. Can't wait to see you on Sunday. Take care, everyone. We'll see you then.